Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Nick's Toy Box. Today we are looking at the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man 2099 from Hot Toys, 1/6 scale movie masterpiece. I'm really excited to get into this one. This was a figure that I had originally passed on, but then I kind of had FOMO, and so hunt him down. He was waitlisted pretty quickly on Sideshow and pretty much everywhere else. Luckily, able to get him from Big Bad Toy Store, which I'll give a shout out to more properly in a second. I gotta say, I am really impressed with the way the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse boxes look so far. They have this really cool, like, textures to them. The colors and everything on it is really, really cool. The coloration is absolutely dope. It really has like a comic book feel, which is honestly really, really cool in hand. I don't really care or talk about the boxes all that much, and I'm not going to linger on it too long, but this is actually a really, really cool box. Like, I can really appreciate it. I like the detail that goes into it. I like the look of like the portals. Like, you can see it here in the back with the Hot Toys information. I think it's a really, really cool thing. You know, they want the box to be interesting for these figures, and I think so far these have been the most impressive that I've seen recently. So I hope they can keep the trend up with really cool, aesthetically pleasing boxes such as this. But as you know, like I say, I don't like to linger on the boxes and stuff too long. So we're going to go ahead and take off the outer sleeve to it, and we'll get into the inner. You can kind of see me fumble with it a bit here for a second. It is a bit of a tight fit, which I guess is good so it doesn't slide out. I really like this open panel, the kind of look of a portal. It is really cool. So you can see your character kind of stepping through. The design work and everything on the side is really cool. It does remind me of their base from the movie, so it does make sense and it is really fitting. I love the back here when you get some of the promotional art of him, as well as his little information thing. If you want to take a look there, go ahead and push pause. I'm going to keep it rolling though. For the sake of time, I don't want to linger on it too long. We will get into this figure here in a second, but like I said, I did want to give a little plug to Big Bad Toy Store. I was able to get a pre-order in. I think they are sold out now. I will probably still link their website because they are phenomenal. Great customer service and response time, and great shipping time for this guy. Digging into this thing, we got loads of accessories to go over. Got some motion effects, alternate head sculpt. We have his version of webs. We have these little pieces which are for his hands for the webs to come out of. We have his little dimensional watch, several hands, and we have a base to get into, and there's also a back base as well. We also have the cape, which we will go into detail too. This is the base that I was mentioning, the back here. Not anything super exciting. I do think it's cool. I do have it on display in my shelf. Relatively simple to put together. Doesn't do anything super crazy for the figure itself. It is cool though. I like how you can kind of see some of the details of the great web that was mentioned in the movie. I would have liked to seen some Spider-Man in it, but that's just me. We'll circle back here to these because we get one for each hand and they are appropriately labeled so you don't get them confused. I didn't think that it was going to be that big of a deal. I haven't tried to put them against other ones, but just so you can see here, I have the R1 and the R1 for the respective R1 hand. So maybe try not to get these mixed up. Anyways, let's dig into the accessories here. This is the normal base that you would put in front. I really, really like his Spidey symbol on there. I love it. It is so cool. It's nice and glossy, while the other stuff is textured. The Spider-Man logo too is also smooth. I like that kind of comic font with the Spider-Man 2099, and you get your typical little waist grabber. So about what you would expect from a Hot Toys stand as of late. Nothing crazy. Yeah, it's just, it is what it is. I would have maybe thought a bigger one would be cool. Let's talk about this. I don't like it. Not a fan of it. I don't like the hard plastic. The way that it sits on him is really awkward. The magnets are cool. The transitional from that dark red all the way out to the clear is really cool, but I don't like it. I was hoping I would. I can't. I've tried putting on him. I'm just not sold on it. I would have liked something cloth. But moving on to an accessory that I do think is cool is going to be his little dimensional watch. It's painted really, really nice, and it actually has a little hinge, a sturdy hinge at that, which you can open up and show the little inner display. It is a really cool accessory, and I really do like it, especially since he's the one who like built it in the movie. It's fitting for him to have one. Like I said, that hinge is really sturdy, so I wouldn't be that worried about it like breaking. But that's, maybe you get a loose one. I don't think so. Then we have these like slashing effects. We have a blue and a red. They are really cool. They are shaped differently, which I can appreciate. Not really going to be using them in my display, but they are pretty cool. So we are lacking for hands. We have 4 extra, so 2 extra sets, not including the one that comes on them. They are painted and detailed really nice. I like the pointedness of those red diamonds. Those are really cool. I love that vibrant red on the inner hand. The blue is really cool. I like everything about it. I just wish we would have gotten more. Kind of bummed that we didn't. I absolutely love these ones though, because they have those evil, wicked looking claws. I really like the way that the hand is bent so kind of unnatural, and those claws are coming out. They kind of like look like little fangs coming out of his fingers. I think they're freaking cool. I really do like them. Let's talk about something I am blown away by, and that is this head sculpt. It is sexy. Sorry, there's no other better word for it. That is a menacing, sexy head sculpt. I absolutely love it. And of course, it has the separate rolling eyeballs, which should be the standard for any head sculpt for Hot Toys now, because I mean, it really ups your display, how you want to do it, adding stuff for posing, and really changes the mood for whatever. And it's so simple to do, so why not do it? Yeah, see what I mean? Really no sweat, no hassle. I really like the little grabber. You could probably even do it with your fingers too. It's really not that hard to do. So, yeah. Back to what really is important, which is the head sculpt itself. I love it. I love the hair, how slick it is. The seam lines and everything are very well hidden within the hair, so where it's not that prevalent. I love that jaw structure. I love the right there, the brows. You can actually see it. Like, this is such a great head sculpt. I love how it looks animated. It looks just like him. So I am blown away. That is stellar. I'm going to kind of skip over the webs for now. We're going to get to the figure himself. And I'll take this minute to talk about him. Some other stuff. I will get to the webs and some of the posing. I think they're really cool. I just kind of have my own things about him. Anyways, this is a freaking awesome figure. I don't know how much you've been tracking him. He originally was going to be a figure where you could see all the joints and everything like that, and people were not happy about it, so we ended up getting the version that we see now, which is with the suit covering all of it, and then they added like the reflective design all over him that's like reactive to black light and stuff like that. I'll be honest, I probably would not have been mad with the original one. However, I absolutely love this one. It is probably a perfect Hot Toys for the Spider-Man 2099. Diving into the figure himself, I really like this head sculpt. It's the one I went with on my display. I love how it looks like a Spider-Man mask, but it doesn't, because it looks like futuristic. Really, really awesome. Love the textures on where the eyes are, as well as all the light blue stuff. While on the subject of textures, I love these raised on the red. Add some more depth and some uniqueness to it. I love the comic book kind of style abs that show how shredded and ripped he is, and these little lines all over the blue areas are really cool. And you get these awesome, huge, like, spikes, and this dude is ripped everywhere. You can just see it. He's so muscular. It's absolutely insane, but it's absolutely awesome and fitting for this character. He is missing the yams, though. Love all of these little hints of the red against this blue, because it just pops. This is such a goated color. The back with no spider is interesting, but I like the texture and design of it. But I mean, with a giant spider like that up front, who really cares? I'm pissed about the hands. I'll go on a rant about it real quick. Stop giving us fisted hands that also act as like swinging hands. I'm so sick of it. Give us fisted hands and give us the ones that hold webs. That's all I ask. It's a simple request. Can we get that, please? All right, coming off of that soapbox, this figure is beautifully made, but the next thing is, how does articulation work? For this head sculpt, you get full swivel, so side to side, no issues. He can look up really, really impressive. He also has that neck that can move as well, which helps him get that really good like down pose, which you get a good menacing style look and things like that. So that really does help out. So I would say the head articulation is absolutely phenomenal, which I was worried about for a figure like of this size and a beefy neck. You get a really, really good ab crunch. The only thing is creases, 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 which is to be expected. But I mean, the articulation that if you want to do it, you can do it. He does go back a little bit, but not that much. You do get the nice full elbow bend here. I can feel the joints in there, so I think over time, be careful for not to rip it and stress in those areas. But I mean, beyond that, you can do the posing. He gets his T pose with no issue, just the wrinkles and some small pulling underneath in the armpits, but not that big of a deal. Going forward and backwards, pretty easy. Same thing as before, some wrinkles and some small pull underneath the armpit. So just, keep that in mind if you're going to be doing weird poses like that. Getting the thigh up, really no issue. He moves up really, really well. I'm actually really impressed with that. Like, I was blown away when I did it. The knee, no issue, but same as the elbows, you can see it, and I just know over time that's probably going to cause an issue if you kept him posed like that for too long. Ankle, full swivel, full moving around, as well as the toe bend. So, I mean, articulation for a figure this big and this like specially shaped is cool. Just see right there though, the wrinkles immediately. Keep that in mind. That's going to be your big issue with a figure with this kind of like feeling type suit. Now, I think we're overdue for the head. I'm just kidding. We're going to look at this god awful cape. Sorry, I just got to show it real quick. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's going to be my biggest gripe probably for this figure, next to the creasing and the joints. I hate it. I don't like it. It sits kind of awkwardly on him. It goes against everything else on the figure. You could probably do some cool landing pose or something with it. I don't know. Maybe somebody out there likes it a lot more than I do. I don't like it. I can't stand it. I think it sucks. Sorry, it's just my opinion. So I'm not gonna dwell on it too long. And also, I don't like the idea of maybe a spike sticking into the suit. So, anyways, now we can get into this sexy head sculpt. Really, like, side to side isn't really that big of an issue with him as well as the up and down, thanks to that awesome neck. And the head sculpt actually looks really good on the body. I was a bit concerned at first, but it looks really good. It fits, the physique and the proportions just as well as that head sculpt does. As of right now, I have the mask on, but watching this again while I'm doing my editing and stuff, I might have to put it back on. Let's do a little bit of posing. It was loads of fun to pose because of how much movement he has. Like I was saying, I'm careful a little bit because of those elbow joints and those knee joints. Like I said, I just know over time there's probably going to be some stress points. Okay, webs. I think they're really, really cool. I really like the uniqueness of the red. I wish we would have gotten a lot more for a figure. I think that big gripe, sorry you had to wait for that big thing that really didn't pan out. I just wish we would have gotten more for this figure because they're so special to him. I think that kind of wraps up my whole video. Just in case you were confused, hate the cape, love the figure, love the head sculpts. Not really a big fan of the potential of the creasing and the ripping of the figure in the future just because of those joints. But enough of that. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all those things. I'll catch you in the next one. All right, later.